Having issues, guys. Having issues.
You're having a lot of issues. It's Sober October.
Yeah.
But only it's Sober October, but only for Stu. Welcome to SuperSour.
Yeah, welcome.
So we have to acknowledge, at least in some way of this time frame, that I'm wearing something very spooky right now.
What is it?
It's Pumpkin Skeleton King.
What?
That was the name of this when I bought it. It was called Pumpkin Skeleton King. That's what it was called. And I'm wearing this in honor of Spooky Month here on SuperSour Podcast. You heard it already. Sober October month for Stuart. Shouts out Stuart in the comments. Give him some likes on this video. He's doing great so far, and we want to support him in his quest to have a month of sobriety. But while we party it up on our side, just me, we're gonna celebrate Spoopy Fest.
Milk. I actually drank it all.
So for the remainder of our episodes on SuperSour, you should get at least 2 to 3 more in this month. You will see Spoopy theme for the rest of the time. So we're sorry that we couldn't give you guys continued spooky in the beginning, but we gave you guys good shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put a
It's
little
got fake pockets.
right. Yeah, there they are. Well, they're not though.
The pants, yeah, but you see this?
Yeah.
There's a fake pocket.
Where?
There.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Fake. Fake as
the hell? How am I supposed to sell watches with this
What
thing?
are those, some girl pants?
No, it's a girl jacket, guys. Today is Monday, for the zeitgeist of time for you guys to figure out. You know, our episodes come out on the weekend normally, but we're recording this on a Monday, which sucks. And I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to have a good day today, but it is routinely tested all day today. I mean, I am struggling. I took an edible today. My boss gave me another edible.
weird.
And why is that weird?
I don't know. He doesn't seem like, I don't know. It just seems like an asshole. Like, I don't know why he would give
He
you
is an asshole. Shouts out. But no, I mean, I don't know. He gave one to Ian today too. It was pretty cool. Allegedly.
I think he would always give him to Ian. He likes him more.
That's Ian's first time.
See, that's weird.
I know.
How is that not weird to you? Like, with all the...
No, I think it's
shit you
weird.
talk.
Why is that weird?
Yeah.
No, I think it's weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, as a stoner, you don't really question too much when somebody gives you edibles. You're like, nice. And, you know, I thought I was going to feel pretty nice off that thing. And I did. After, like, the first 30 minutes, I felt pretty damn good. But, I mean, traffic was testing my patience today. And laundry. Oh,
You
my
sounded
God.
pretty mad when I called.
Oh, my God. The laundry's still in the washer over there. Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
You know they probably took it out.
Somebody did something. It's probably because they have no patience. If you live in an apartment complex, let me tell you something. I'm coming in hot today because that whole thing, I had to go to, our apartment complex, like maybe like yours, some apartment complexes have one big room or one small room, and that's it. And our apartment complex has like 5 small rooms. And I mean small. I mean, like, there's like 2 washers. The biggest one has 3 washers and 3 dryers, right? And it's always back. And if you want to go, there's ones in the back. It's just too far, right? So we go to ones that are around us. I go to the ones that's next to us. It's filled up. 3 in the washer, 3 in the dryer. Crazy, right? Y'all are definitely overusing it. That's wild. And then I go to the one that's 2 and 2, and apartment complexes. You think we pay almost $2,000? You think you have nice washers and dryers? Wrong. They're wrong for thinking that because they're bad, and half of them don't work. And they added this cool little phone system, and it doesn't work. Okay, so you go over there, and I go to the one, and it's got one that has the phone system thing, but it's not working. And I don't know if it's my phone or what it is, but I'm being taunted by other washers and dryers going. It's so annoying. And then I go over to the one across the street here, where I used to live, and then they took out one of the washers because it caught fire. They only have 2 dryers, and the other washer only takes coins. I walked 20 minutes around this apartment complex. And when I came back, I was so mad. Let me tell you guys something. I was so mad. I grabbed a marker, and I was going to mark. I was going to go back, and I was going to mark on every single one of those scan codes, because I should inform you guys. If you live in one of these apartment complexes, and they have one of these machines that have these cute little QR codes and ways to pay, let me tell you something. They don't give a fuck what you do to those things. You can do whatever you want, because they let you know by putting a nice little note on there that says, if there is anything wrong with this, or your money is stolen, or etc., please do not call us. Call the company itself. All right. Well, people can call when we fuck up those machines. How about that? A lot of bleeps going on in here. I got to calm down. I stormed back to the washer and dryer, and one was open. One washer was open, and I was like, I had nothing to claim it, so I just put my beer down. And I'll tell you what, when I put that beer down, it meant the world to me. I was like, if somebody puts their clothes in that while my beer's on the washer, that's means for a fight. You're about to lose your life.
There was an old lady putting her laundry in there when he got back.
Clothesline.
He would have fought her.
I was just trying to have such a good day, and it was such a hassle. And, I put my clothes in the washer. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't do any of that shit. I just put the clothes in the washer, and now my clothes are still over there in the washer. And that I need to figure that out. And, what else happened? Something else happened that oh, man, it made me so mad. Oh, man. And then, the doctors. Don't even get me started about doctors. Everybody knows how we feel about doctors here on SuperSour.
Well, you know me. If anybody knows me,
you can diagnose my dick. How about that? And cause
sounds like you have an STD.
Yeah, I know. Well, it was funny. I don't know.
I don't know comedy.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have been wrong. I had to diagnose my dick. It rhymed, or it was like a D thing. What's that called when you're trying to alliteration? Right? I don't. No, that's not it. Damn it. Damn it.
That is alliteration.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's just, I just wanted to have a good day, and it's just, I think it's okay now. I think I'm okay. But, I'm happy to be here with you guys. I was really excited
did you hear that?
Been really excited to record with you two. So
wow.
And by you two, I mean this is Reese from SuperSour, aka Homicidal Tire. And this is also Stuart on mic, a.k.a. Producer Stu, a.k.a. Gigi,
a.k.a. No Social Media. I feel like he's also Hot Chick 97 on some
you may have sent this man feet pic or nudes, or you might have gotten feet pics from this man. You know what I'm saying? That's what... Go ahead, Stu. What do you have?
Any nudes received from me were consensual. They were not unsolicited.
This
Look
is
at you. Better than Chills.
Good man. This is a little tangent, but we'll get into our topics for sure. But I kind of want to. This is making me think of you know what Phantasy Star Universe was, right? Yeah. You ever played Phantasy Star? Any of the Phantasy Stars?
I've seen it played. I haven't played it.
So Phantasy Star Universe was a really good Phantasy Star. What would you call it? Not expansion. It was an installment. Good Phantasy Star installment. It was a online and solo play. It was, I think, in my opinion, the best Phantasy Star done ever. I don't like PSO. I like PSU, and it was really cool. It had this one main area, much like the other PSOs and stuff like that do, where you would meet. It was called Galactic something, whatever. And it was basically had 3 levels, right? It had level 1 where you came out of your room down from like the stairs, and then like they had this like it was just a basic room, had nothing there, like a fountain. People would hang out there sometimes. Then it had level the that was the ground floor. Sorry. Then it had level 1, which had like weapons and like weapon stuff. Then they had level 2, which was armor and all that stuff. Then you go to level 3, and it was like social stuff. So that's where you'd go to start your like games and go to like do clan stuff and stuff like that. But it was also the buy sell section for porn. It was wild. I was I must have been like 12 years old, and I mean, it's just not, you walk through this area, right? And in Phantasy Star, you could open up a keyboard, and when you typed, it would come up, it would come up above your head, just right there. And you could make it splat like and do like this big anime thing. You can make it do all kinds. You can make your anime characters say it like it was. You could do a lot of things to where it popped up on your screen, and it's just you'd walk up to the 3rd floor, and it'd be nothing but like anime booby pics, 800 Meseta, see my dick, please, somebody see my dick, pictures of my dick. Any chicks want a video chat? It was, and it's just nothing but like chicks who were just like sitting up and down on like guy characters and stuff like that. It was a lawless land, right? And then
You guys found out that it was all just dudes.
it's all dudes. It's all dudes. It's all one of my buddies, shouts out. One of my buddies indulged and was like, I'm gonna see if one of these chicks is for real. And he had like a shit ton of Meseta in the game, which is the game's currency. And he spent like, I don't know, like 160,000 Meseta or something like that on like nudes from a girl. And he was like, and he's like, and it was just he just said he just got 1 dick pic back, and that was it.
Yeah, he just got 1 back.
Just got 1 back.
I'm sure he only got 1.
I'm sure. Yep. It was a good scam. I gotta say, like, this is where the honesty, the story time part comes into where like late at the end years of that game, because it was a demo. You could play the demo up to level 50, and then like you could just hang out, and it was no big deal. Like a lot of people were just playing the demo. That's why they had to get rid of it. Towards the end, I made a girl character, and I would just be like nudes for fucking whatever, chat for whatever, and then you would just text chat them for fucking 1,600 Meseta, 1,000 Meseta, whatever it was, and I was just bankrolling.
He had these dudes hard.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do get a lot of unsolicited dick pics when you're pretending to be a chick online.
Believe me, being a chick online,
you know, huh?
it's true.
Oh, you know, yeah.
Yeah, they're there all the time.
Is that why all y'all chicks always be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yes.
And also muting yourselves.
Yes, it is why my name is actually still Reese, because I can be Reese either way.
Yo, you sound quite feminine, my guy.
Fuck, I'm not. I have a massive dong.
Are you transitioning?
You sound like you're transitioning. Yeah.
You got there.
I'm transitioning into a bigger dong.
Whoa. Wow, your clit's huge. Wow. Extended clit surgery. That's brave. Stuart, you saved yourself. I was gonna be like, you sound really quiet over there, and then all of a sudden he was like, no, hey, I was never into any of that stuff. I never.
Stuart's
No,
like,
but it
wait
sounds
a minute.
awesome. I wish I played it now.
Yeah.
Stuart's like, wait a minute, are you? And then you guys realize
Yeah,
that you guys
yeah.
saw
I was
each
gonna say
other's
that.
dicks.
I was gonna say, I'd be like, wait a minute. If he played, I was gonna be like, wait a minute, were you Zarktura 6969? Shit. I was Sparkles 7269.
Oh shit!
You guys had internet sex.
Gay internet sex.
It was consensual.
It was consensual, yes.
Of course.
I thought I just had to, that made me think of that, and I was like, wow, I haven't thought of that in forever, and I was like, I gotta get this off my chest. I can breathe. Oh my god, I think that's what's been causing my asthma.
That's it.
Yeah, you haven't been thinking about dick pic.
As a bisexual man, it doesn't affect me that much anymore.
Let me know next time you're having
But
trouble
that explains
breathing.
a lot about my bisexuality now. What were you saying, Stuart?
Let me know next time you're having trouble breathing. I'll send you one.
You might take my breath away there, but I don't know.
You know what I like eating?
People.
Pork.
Pork. I was speaking of that. I was gonna say that speaking of all this, Reese, read my
What is
mind for
that
me.
smell in here?
What is that smell? It smells like dead people. I wish somebody would have been more direct with him.
Actually, I had some meat go bad in the
Why did they
freezer.
always have it smells like, they always said like dying, but they never said, they were just like, it smells like something died in here, like a rat or something, like, or it smells like something went bad. And it's like, they never once was like, did you kill somebody in here? Had they never read Edgar Allan Poe fucking, what's that book called?
The Raven?
Is that what it's called? That's a good book.
I mean, it's not a...
It's a story.
Yeah.
It's a story.
There's...
Story or something.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the Raven that he's under the floor
Go with
with.
the Raven. Nevermore.
I was gonna say, speaking of doing gay stuff going on, me and Reese just recently watched Dahmer, the new show with Evan Peters. So shouts out Evan Peters, shouts out Dahmer. No, Evan Peters as Dahmer, guys. Come on, guys. And I mean the show, guys. Come on.
Evan Peters Dahmered somebody?
Yeah.
Technically,
He
it's on
Dahmered-
camera.
Yeah, he Dahmered a couple people.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. So we just watched the show. Such a good show. Stuart, does Dahmer, like, the show interest you at all?
I don't know. I'll watch it.
Do you know anything about Dahmer? Like,
He murdered some people. He's like, everybody thought it was cool until he murdered them. So.
I think you're thinking of Ted Bundy, actually.
yeah.
I might be thinking of Ted.
You're
Yeah.
definitely thinking of Ted Bundy. I
Nobody
also
thought he was cool.
I also had the misconception that I thought everybody thought that Dahmer was cool, but apparently I had to bring it up to Reese. So we're watching it, and I have to do many pauses. And these are like, if you don't know anything about it and you want to watch Dahmer, spoiler alerts ahead or anything. But I had to pause and ask Reese and be like, why is he so weird? I was like, how is he charismatic at all? And she's like, I think that you didn't realize that either. I'm thinking of Bundy. I'm like, this guy's not charismatic at all in any way.
I didn't think of that. You were probably.
I'm thinking of Bundy. I'm thinking Bundy and Gacy is what I'm thinking.
Absolutely, entirely thinking of
Everybody
Bundy.
hated.
Yeah,
He was
the
charismatic.
clown, right?
Yeah, everybody hated
He's
him.
a fucking
Joe
weirdo.
keeps saying that
He was
he's
charismatic.
like really charismatic, and people liked
He
him.
threw
a lot.
barbecues and everybody hung out.
No, but people didn't like him. They only went because they were scared.
Why would you go to a barbecue?
Because he had blackmail on them. Do you know about Gacy?
So he blackmailed people to come to a
Yeah.
barbecue. I
Yes.
gotta watch this.
He literally had pictures of like cops' penises. Like he would pretend to be like a kid.
And you can find, that's crazy. And where would you find these if you needed to look that up?
I'm not going to show you where to look up these dicks.
Pictures of the kids and shit.
No, the cops.
So speaking of like charismatic,
You gotta be
serial
instant like
killers,
that. By the way, you need to be instant like that in life. When anybody says anything like that, you have to be instant.
Speaking of like charismatic serial killers, like what about Ed Gein? Like he was really charismatic, right?
Was he? I don't know much about. I've been hearing this name a lot.
Ed Gein. I mean, to
Bob
say
Dole.
charismatic, I don't know. I don't know about that one. He's
Ed
weird.
Gein was the guy they based Texas Chainsaw Massacre off of. Like
Really?
he wasn't like that extreme with it, but he was like weird
Okay.
like that.
That makes sense.
It's like, because I mean, I know he didn't, like, he did have friends. He was, like, in real life, they said he was sweet.
I mean,
But-
he only killed like one person realistically, but like
Kinda,
he went
yeah.
around and, like dug up dead bodies and made furniture out of them. You like that weird autistic kid, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely thought he was just, like, mentally handicapped.
Well, because like he like grow up like just with his mom and like basically she just like kept him at the farm inside all the time.
That's typical serial killer story right
And
there.
after she died, he just like kind of like Forrest Gumped out there, but not in a
So
good way.
that's a way to put it. Sure.
Which
So-
is why it's, like, hard to say whether he was, like, weird or if he was just, like, some farm kid with, like, autism. Because,
Yeah.
like, personality-wise, obviously he had something very wrong with him, but...
He made a belt out of nipples,
And, like, a lampshade out of
face or
like
something.
a face, yeah, I think.
These guys are. That's the thing. That's why Dahmer is so cool, because these guys are so fucking scary. Like that's terrifying, and Dahmer's terrifying too. But I'm saying, like, I mean, the most hilarious serial killer ever, Dahmer, hands down, hilarious. I mean, the guy said the most hilarious shit. There's a lot of gay stuff in there. I don't think he just like he learned his shtick, and he was like, wow, everything's so gay in here. You don't want to be in here. Trust me. And the cops were just like, you're probably right, man. You're probably right.
Probably right.
Yeah, I don't want to be in there at all. It's and the thing about Dahmer is like, it's just, I never thought. I mean, I thought he was really good at this shit. I thought he was like, I thought he had like, classical music playing in the background with all these.
Oh,
he was just.
geez.
I'm watching him murder in his apartment, and I'm like, my brain, unfortunately, because I can disassociate and be like, this has already happened. This is a movie. I don't have to be like, oh my God, it's terrible. My brain immediately goes to, on those carpets in the apartment. Oh man.
And he would just leave and like go get beer all the time.
Yeah,
He'd be,
well,
like,
I mean,
in the
shouts out. I
middle-
mean, you got to get beer, you know.
He'd be like in the middle of like killing somebody and be like, oh, I gotta run and grab a fucking 6-pack.
Me if I was a killer. Was he the one who like drilled a hole in a guy's head?
Yeah, made them zombies.
Multiple
Yeah.
guys' heads. Actually,
And, like the
pretty
one
much
guy
all of them.
escaped and like got
There
to
were
the police. And he's
multiple
like, yeah,
guys.
This is like my retarded cousin I'm taking care of.
No,
his
no,
boyfriend.
that was his boyfriend, bro. Yeah, this is my boyfriend, and the cops were like, ugh. Okay, well, get him back in your house.
And he was only 14.
He was only 14.
Oh.
They didn't care about that part. They heard gay, and they were like, just that's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, I was, on top of all that, my biggest pet peeve of him is just in general, like you said, the awkwardness and the weirdness of him is like how nobody picked up on it at all was beyond me.
It's funny because literally everybody after, he got caught, they were like, oh, yeah, I saw that. Absolutely. I knew that
Yeah,
shit
a little
was
too late,
gonna
huh?
happen. But it's like, what do you do? Like, even if you know somebody that's weird like that, what are you going to do? Go up to him and be like, hey, man, are you, like, fucking killing people? Do you call the cops and be like, hey, I have this friend that's really fucking weird and I think he's, like, killing people? Like, no, you don't do that because...
But that show, man, like, shouts out, and to Reese's point, like it does do a really good job of like showing the characters, and I was like the victims and their families, and I was very off and on with like being on their side until they showed Tony, and then I was like, you're tugging at my heartstrings with Tony right now. So they find a way to get you. But overall, it's such a dude. Evan Peters, the next big actor of art of all generations. That they're gonna be looking at him in 10 years. I was telling this to Reese. They're gonna be seeing Evan Peters in 10 years doing the most impressive roles ever, as long as he doesn't commit suicide from doing these crazy roles he's doing right now. So regardless of what these other, what the victim families are talking about and how much they hate the show, don't matter. Netflix's CEO is a real ass dude, and he's gonna keep it up. And it's all that matters. So go watch Dahmer, the show on Netflix. It's badass. SuperSour certified. Go ahead.
I also heard most of the families actually like this one.
I've heard a lot of the families hate it. See, that's
They hated,
Hollywood, baby.
They hated like all the other ones, but a lot of the family had actually worked with the people who made this one.
No, I agree. I'm telling you, I've heard reports of the other, and I totally agree with what I believe you, and I actually kind of don't believe the others because I don't want to, but I believe them too. I'm sure there's
a few of the family members, probably the family members of the victims who weren't in the movie, because there were a lot that weren't in the movie.
Oh, right.
They
true.
probably didn't like it. But they were taken out
because he killed 19 people, but they only showed like 5 or 6.
Mainly it was like 5 or 6 of them.
Tony.
I read like there's like the people who don't like it and they're like, oh, we don't want it brought up again and everything.
Yeah.
Don't watch the fucking show.
I don't watch it. Yeah,
Don't
so
talk to
I get it.
douchebags
The internet's the
who are
internet though, because you're gonna see
like
like memes and stuff. But I mean, I'm sorry, the Bundy thing went up, and nothing really came of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been very spoopy theme so far. Very, very raunchy theme this episode, and we like that for October. There's been somebody we've been meaning to talk about that's close to our hearts here on SuperSour, and it's been growing apart from our hearts. and it hurts me. You know, I don't speak for the rest of us here, but I'm just going to say it hurts me that we even have to talk on this. But we're going to. And it's Ezra Miller and everything that he's been doing. And I got to say that, you know, I just been, you know, I listen to a lot of podcasts. And, you know, you just hear in passing all these stories, and you scroll through and you hear these stories. And every day, if you didn't know, Ezra Miller played Flash in the Justice League movies.
Hurts to being a wallflower.
And also he played a weird character in the Fantastic World of whatever, the Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts movies.
I didn't see
World
that.
of Harry Potter.
Right, he's in those, and he plays a very awkward character in those. So, Ezra Miller, right? But he consistently has story after story, controversy after controversy, and it started pretty much way earlier than I thought. Like, I was like, wow, man, my man's been doing work in about a year and a half. And then, you know, how it goes when I'm listening to this stuff, I go immediately, I call Reese at some point, or I come home and I go, hey, Reese, did you know that this is going on? And then she tells me, yeah, did you not know that since 20 whatever? And
Since the day this man was born. This man came out the womb.
So Ezra Miller is fucking crazy is what I'm learning. He's wild and he needs help. But I hear a lot of stories, and I had to get it confirmed. So Reese has compiled a lot of things that have been going on, and she's going to help us riff through it all. And then we're going to talk shit about it as she tells us. Does that sound good with you, Stu?
Yeah.
Cool. Reese, I mean, start from the beginning if you can.
Do you
Like,
have my permission to talk about topics now?
maybe going forward. Yeah, that was strike 3.
You can't fire me. I'm the producer. I pay all you.
He's not. He's out of line, but he's not entirely wrong.
Oh my God. Did we start this podcast and then just give it away?
Making money off SuperSour merchandise for years now.
Okay.
He said, "Oh my God, they're white." That's an Elvis reference. You'll get it. So yeah, start from the beginning of why people started freaking out on him. I mean, you loved him at the beginning because Justice League, and he does play a really good Flash. But what was like the first thing that like set people off?
I'm gonna go take this back to probably Dakota Iron Eyes, I guess, because that was technically the earliest that he really did anything kind of weird. I mean, kind of. So Dakota Iron Eyes is a Native American activist. She was actually 12 years old when she met Ezra. And Ezra started talking to her, and they made a friendship. Keep in mind, Ezra was like, you know, an adult at this point. He was, I don't know, 19, 20, probably 21, I think. I don't think I put it here, but and so he basically groomed her, you know, up until she was, I think, 16, 17, 18, somewhere around in there, and then she just like ran off with him and like disappeared. And he was like, no, she's fine. It's cool. And then she started making these weird videos online of, like, just her, like, holding her phone. And she's like, I'm fine. And it was really weird. She would be, like, looking off.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm totally fine. Make sure you like and subscribe.
That's kind of what they were like. Except she would, like, look off to the side, like.
Was she doing one of these?
Kind of. Kind of. They're really weird videos. But she did take them down. They're still up, like, places. You can find them. But she took them down.
We'll put that plug right here.
Yeah. So I would definitely think that would be, like, the first one. Her parents also came out, and they were like, yo, we want our daughter back. And then her daughter made another video saying her parents are stupid, basically. And they're like...
They're so dumb.
They're so
Me
dumb.
and Ezra are trying to start a life together.
Basically. That's how it was.
He's the fastest man alive.
Yeah, that's how it went down. Oh, also, she had an LSD overdose back in 2022.
That's called the
February.
Speed Force entering her body. But go ahead.
Yeah, and that was all because she was hanging out with Ezra. That all happened around that time.
I'm cracking the case here. Go on. I mean, you're telling me she had a LSD trip with Ezra Miller. Guys, that's clearly one of his proteges. The Flash is clearly putting the what I say, the Speed Force right into her body, right directly into her body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bet he did put the Speed Force in her
Into
body.
her body. Yeah. I don't. Okay, so you know. So being the ignorant guy on like the police force, where he's like, guys, he's the Flash. At this time, he's not the Flash though.
I get the Speed Force.
Yeah. This was the longest situation he had to. Like, it started at the earliest, so she was 12. It went all the way until she was like.
When you said this started in when?
She was 12, and in 2000, this year she was.
So.
I think she was 20 this year. So I mean, this lasted a really long.
So
time.
20.
So she was born 2004, so she should be like 18 this year.
18. So see, she wasn't even 18 when they started hanging out, because they started hanging out when she was like 16, but they started talking when she was 12. So like she didn't live with him when she was 12. She like moved out when she was like 16, I guess, because that would have been about 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
So then, I mean, he's literally got a laundry list. What's, I mean, what was the most exciting? Exciting. That's not the word I want to look for. What was the craziest shit he did? Like,
my favorite that he did was the cult that he started in Iceland. Yeah, in Iceland.
Is it called the Speed Force?
No, so back in 2020, you know, when back in 2020 when like
Yo, does he have friends in there named Bart and Barry and fuck? Oh, he's Barry. Shit. Go on. I'm sorry.
Idiot. Yeah, back in 2020 when the pandemic like struck, he was at an Airbnb in Iceland, and he was like hanging out with some people there. The whole pandemic broke out.
He made a cult in Iceland.
Yes, I'm getting there.
That's
We're
wild.
not there yet.
I'm
We're
confirming.
not even to the cult yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not there yet. He was just hanging out in Iceland
Whoa,
at
shit.
this Airbnb.
Hangs
And
out.
then,
The
and then,
Flash.
and then the pandemic struck, right? And so he starts telling people, he's like, hey, come to my Airbnb. We'll write out this pandemic together. So all these bitches and hoes go to hang out with Ezra at this fancy Airbnb.
Shouts out.
And they basically get trapped there with Ezra because the pandemic. They can't go anywhere. And they're like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't think it would be like this, right?
He was actually quoted locking the door and saying, "Now's use can't leaves." Sorry, go ahead.
I know, that sounds pretty dope. Better than working at Target the whole pandemic.
It's-
He shows up, there's just like a bunch of girls there and me. He's just like, so when's the party getting started?
Hi, Ezra Senpai. Go ahead.
And so this Airbnb kind of turned into what seemed like a commune to anybody that was staying there or like visiting, because they did have people like come and go sometimes somehow. But the people who were there that he wanted there like had to be there. Like he was basically like, no, you're not gonna leave. You're like, I don't know. He would threaten them with something. They were mostly females, you know, younger, impressionable females. So it was
As far as he knew.
so yeah, he basically brainwashed all of them too, because there's still some of them there that are like, yo, Ezra was great. Ezra did so much for us, when realistically he wouldn't give them food. Like he didn't let them sleep. Like he had them sleep outside.
With these like aspiring models, they're like, "Oh my god, it was
Yeah.
great. He fed us a raisin and a grape hot dog."
They were like regular people.
I
Also,
like Ezra more after the story.
Really
it's
interesting.
a pretty cool story, right?
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah,
Also, around
I'm weird for thinking Dahmer rules. All right, go ahead. Go on.
Ezra didn't eat people.
Well,
Weird for thinking Gacy's charismatic.
he is charismatic. How else did he get them in there?
Bro, only Joe would think that about this fucking maniac.
I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm saying he's charismatic.
Ted Bundy was charismatic.
He was ugly, bro. Ted Bundy was ugly.
Yeah, Gacy was ugly as shit too.
Yeah, I know he was, but I'm just saying, like,
Gacy looked worse than me.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't have to be attractive to be charismatic.
I know, but I just was trying to hurt Ted Bundy because y'all are all over his dick, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Whatever. He's charismatic. Whatever. I think Gacy was charismatic too. He had to get all those guys in there. That's wild.
That's not how you got her in there.
I know, blackmail.
I'm sorry to crush you, man.
I was so wrong for so long. Go ahead.
All right. Also, around this time in Iceland is one of your favorite, I think, stories. Is where he basically knocked this lady out at a bar.
Oh yeah.
But listen, this lady. First of all, this is my second favorite story of his because this lady was in the wrong.
Can I say real quick? I got to enter. And this is where I started being like, Ezra's the real ass dude because this is where I started hearing, and it was just a chain of like bar incidents with him, and I was like, he's just threatening motherfuckers at bars and like trying to fight people, and I'm like, that's what's up.
No.
That's what I heard. No, allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
What actually happened was this specific instance, at least. I do know that there were times that he might have been at fault, but we're not going to talk about that. This specific time, there's a video of it. It's great. So this specific time, this woman kept going up to Ezra, and she was like, hit me. Why don't you hit me? And literally Ezra was like, yeah, okay. So they go outside, and she's like, she was literally trying to flirt with him by saying, you're not going to do it. And he knocked this bitch. He rocked her fucking world, bro.
It was one of the bitchest punches I ever seen, but like it was a good hit.
That was the best thing I've ever seen in my life because if there's a woman who thinks it's cute to go up to a dude and be like, hit me, knock her out. Knock her out, bro.
It's dangerous that you in pantomime it.
I'm just saying. Don't tell people to hit you and then not expect it. And then get mad at them.
The only people you should expect to not get hit from immediately or like really close to immediately is actual MMA fighters because they are either A, afraid to, or B, under a contract where they might lose their job if they hit you.
Yeah,
but anybody else will just
don't do it.
Pretty quickly do it.
Especially Ezra Miller. Have you not seen any
He's
of
the
the
Flash.
news?
He probably hit her more times than she even knew. That is my favorite thing that happened. What next?
Another fun thing that Ezra has been up to.
He sounds like a fun guy.
Dude, Stuart wants to hang out with Ezra Miller so bad.
Ezra in a fucking heartbeat.
I think we'd all would hang out with Ezra Miller.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ezra, if you need a place to stay, like
No.
we got a couch.
No, but we can hang out, but no.
You sleepy.
He's got money. We can go to his place.
Yeah, correct. Colt.
I'm in.
Colt.
Ezra. Look at us. We're already brainwashed.
Our neighbors are like, what? What did I just hear? Yeah, they're chilling watching fucking Grey's Anatomy right now on repeat, and they're like, what?
What was that?
Or they're like watching, some old Ezra Miller movies, and they're like, oh, no.
Do we have more members?
It's a bunch of knocks out of nowhere, like, hello? Are you a part? Did you join just recently?
Our neighbors are Dutch. Hello.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, yeah.
Okay, so next fun thing that on Ezra's list.
Yeah.
So you know how people go missing sometimes and it's just an accident.
Is it?
Nobody meant to do that.
Yeah, I've heard one story like that. Go on, please.
Ted Bundy lost lots of people. You know,
Joey Diaz accidentally kidnapped somebody.
it happens.
You know how? Can I say real quick? You can accidentally kidnap somebody and not realize it.
Absolutely.
People
And
kidnap people every single day, like for like fun and shit like that, like as like jokes with friends, and then like they don't realize that's what they're doing. You know
the
what I mean?
second episode of Arrested Development, what's his name? The father accidentally kidnaps who he thinks is their mom's maid. It is just another Hispanic woman.
Like when I was younger, when I was like, I don't know, like maybe like 12 or 13 or something like that, my sister and her friend, they woke me up one morning and then they blindfolded me. They put me in a car and then they drove me for 2 hours blindfolded and they took me to Disney, but they kidnapped me for 2 hours. Actually, they kidnapped me the whole time.
That's not kidnapping. That's fun.
It's a kidnapping by legal definition. I don't give
I got kidnapped by my mom.
I had a great time, bro. I had a great time, but I'm just saying. I've been kidnapped in other ways too, but don't stomp on you. Who the
You remember that, Mom? All right. So, people go missing sometimes. It's fine. So this mother of 3 children just kind of disappeared for a while because they told Ezra, right? Mm-hmm. They were talking to Ezra, and they were like, "Hey, I need to get away from my crazy husband."
Of course.
Yeah. So Ezra was nice enough.
As people do when you see Ezra Miller.
Yeah. He was nice enough to be like, come stay with me. Obviously, you can stay with me. It's fine.
Okay.
So they did. And then, they just weren't heard from for quite a while. There were also photos briefly of one of the small children with a bullet in their mouth, like chewing on it. But it could have been fake. It could have been a fake bullet. He did have guns and stuff in the house that they were in. But, the crazy father that they were running away from tried to come out and be like, my wife hasn't talked to me for months, and I'm pretty sure she's dead, blah, 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 blah. Like, Ezra killed my family. And, Ezra wouldn't kill your family, bro. You probably killed your family. And that's what Ezra's going by. Ezra is literally like, I don't know, he probably killed them.
Wow, it's a real he said.
Yeah. So, obviously, those people just need to, be found. Because Ezra didn't do anything.
Wow. You sound like you're Ezra's mom in like a movie right now. Well, I think that those people, it's a shame that they're not found. Yeah. But my boy did nothing.
Yeah.
We need to escape our crazy lives and go to Ezra Miller and give him support.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ezra's in a really tough spot right now. And he's struggling really hard with all his movie making, and he's doing his best.
Yeah, he's doing what he can.
Leave Ezra alone.
Leave Ezra alone. No. But the good news is that he's back doing
He has been seen doing reshoots for The Flash for pretty much this entire time.
But that's what's funny. It speaks to fucking Warner Brothers, because even with all this, they were literally like, even with all this going on, they literally were like, you need to come back and shoot.
Yeah. He, at the time, actually, during one of the reshoots, I'm pretty sure he had a warrant out for his arrest for the recent arrest where he broke into his neighbor's home to get more booze.
Hell yeah. Dude, what a party animal. Yeah. God, I want to party with him. Well, I don't know. I want to party with him to an extent. Yes. I feel I want to party with him until at one point where he's like, do you guys know where like any like I don't know, did you guys know like any like younger brothers or sisters or anything like that? Or like I'd be like,
what is your mom's doing?
Yeah.
She's in a jar on the mantle.
Oh.
Sure just snorts.
He would. What a party animal. He would totally snort the ashes.
Ezra.
I'm all said. I'm excited for Flash.
I'm hyped.
Yeah, I think all the controversy is going to make it even better. And then, unfortunately, we're not going to see anymore. He's probably going to go to jail at some point.
He might die.
That too.
Dude's
don't
fucking
care
wild.
about the movie. I just think he's pretty fucking cool now.
Cool guy.
You see, it's too stupid.
Didn't like him before this recording. Now I love him.
He's great.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Please follow us on all social media, SuperSourjir. Follow us on our audio platforms, which is SoundCloud and Spotify. You can find us there on SuperSour Podcast. You can also find us on twitch.tv/SuperSourGames, where we are an affiliate there, and you can subscribe and follow and join and check out all our emotes and cheer us on and join the hype train and check us out playing Fortnite and all kinds of other games. You can also find us on check out our Patreon, where we're going to have some content up there pretty soon. And to reach us individually, you can find me at Joe_Sourist at Twitter. You can find Reese at Homicidal Tire at Twitter. And Stuart,
You can't find me.
you can't find him anywhere. Good luck. Good luck, Trump. Good luck. Happy Halloween. Spooky season to everybody. Super Sour Society. We love you guys. Cheers.